African Voices Radio presents David Adodo Show on 106.1 FM.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
Yeah.
Classic.
Walked in when I was a new youngin'. Shawty, you were trying to run on me. I've been going on my own. I've been doing things unknown. It's a day one, you running right back. Say the drama, you running off track. It's a one life, you tell me one life. One time, you tell me one time. Open your eyes, baby. Can you be wise, cause I'm a pride, baby. I'm on the way, I'm on the run, baby. Leave me alone, take it by now. I put you on it. Say you want chance to what it on me. I feel now what it back. Turn you right around, take it my way. So tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages now. Say, tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages, no.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
When I was a baby girl, I was yours and you were my world. Tell me what you wanna do for me now. Take it down and I will hold you to run my race, cause you run it right there. Run my race, cause you take it right there. I've been down, I've been running right there. I've been out, cause you take it back there. Pull up tonight, I might be risky. But me stomach, forget the whiskey. But you still wanna get back with me. You tryna be the one and deal with. Don't got my phone, you're not a madman. You missed the way in not the one chance. I live my life, don't need you with me. Yeah. So tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages now. So tell me what you need from me now. You know where I need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages, no.
You're listening to African Voices Radio.
I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages now. So tell me what you need from me now. I know what you need to be now, cause I'm done with it now. No more damages, no. No more damages.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to
another edition of the David Adodo Show. Last time we spoke was 365 days ago. That was in 2020. We are now in 2021, the very second day of the year 2021. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome to the new year. I have the gang with me. I want to let the gang all go ahead and introduce themselves as customary. Starting, of course, with none other than the other lady we have in the house, the Queen.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to 2021. We're live and direct from Baltimore. We thank God for last year. Last year was a very good year. It was a great year all over the world. We all knew what happened, but we thank God that all of us were alive. It's a beautiful thing. It's a gift from God. It's not by our own making. I'm happy and I'm excited because all of us are complete. Our children are complete. Our family, we didn't record any bad thing on any one of us. I specifically tell my husband, I miss him so much. First time we didn't spend Christmas together. Last year we were together in Nigeria. But all the same, everything is okay. And this year is going to be a beautiful and successful and peaceful year all over the world. Yeah, my name is Desola Komolafe-Egbeyemi, and I welcome you to the show.
Yes, I think we're having a technical problem with the host, Quinn, so you might be aware of that. I think his screen is beginning to freeze again, so you might want to take it from there until he gets back.
Okay, let me go ahead and Mr. Charles, how you doing? You looking so beautiful.
Oh, Quinn.
I'm so last week is the same thing. What is going on?
I mean, I just want to be like you, Quinn. That's all. I mean, last week, man, you were looking. So, I mean, we missed Chief, but I know he probably watched the video or later on to see how you were looking last Saturday. But once again, another Saturday, like you said, live from Baltimore. welcoming everybody into the new year. I mean, I couldn't say it any better than you've said it. We are so happy to be where we are today. If you look at what had happened so far in the 2020, number of people that actually started the year but didn't make it this year, and then you happen to be not in that circle. I mean, we couldn't be any happier. And I'm happy most of our fans, like you said, we never in the family of David Adodo Show. We thank God very well that all of us made it to 2021. And I tell you guys, today, beginning of the year, there will be a lot of things to come out of this show. So please stay tight, get connected with us. You'll be hearing a lot as soon as we get started. Thank you, Queen.
Thank you. Komolafe-Egbeyemi, a representative from Nigeria, who happens to be my husband. How are you doing, Are? Good evening.
Good evening, and welcome to David Adodo Show, the first edition of its kind in the year 2021. Like my colleague said, 2020 was a novel year, and a year that claimed so many lives, a year that recorded so many odd events, the year that also recorded the emergence of a new president in the United States of America. It's a wonderful year.
Thank God. Thank God. Well, I'm going to start from you, Are. Last week, of course, you were missing on the show. We missed you so much. And I know because you confided in me that you were making a lot of money. And I saw it. And, that you were so...
Chief, you know where she's going with this story. Now, she has to say that you are making a lot of money. I mean, be careful about that word.
I know.
You know where she's going.
Yeah, considering what happened last year and how it affected a lot of businesses all over the world, which you were one of the people that was really affected. And this is 2021. Can you just give us a brief thing that you went through during this pandemic, and especially in Lagos and Nigeria, where things are not really working like advanced country, where there was nothing like palliative? How do people survive? People in the kind of business that you do?
Well, you see, I mentioned to a couple of friends about 3 days ago that the industry may not be the same again. I'm talking about the hospitality, entertainment, travel, and tourism, because this particular industry was hit by COVID-19. And if you look at it, there was standstill at almost all global airports, and that affected travel. The travel agency, IATA, and all the travel agencies were hit. The airlines, ticketing, port authorities, and all that. Not to talk of countries that rely solely on tourism for revenue generation. There are so many countries all over the world that rely so much on tourism. Dubai is number one. Kenya is one of the key countries in Africa that rely so much. Spain is another country in Europe and all that. They were hit too because they did not generate revenue that they should. The Lagos was standstill. The Lagos state government was very sincere about lockdowns, particularly on nightclubs, hotels, and eateries and all that. We were affected greatly, and this is one part of the world where government did not deem it necessary to give us any form of palliative, any form of support that could cushion our hardship. Many lost their jobs. In our own hotel, where we have about 30 staff, we had to reduce to 7. Much more later, we did reduce to 5. And certainly, not all of them will be coming back, because even the COVID-19 lockdown has taught us a lot of lessons that you did not also need to crowd your investment with a lot of people. Too many people are doing little things. So the industry was hit, and the investment portfolio was affected. A lot of people who went to bank, who had financial obligations to banks and financial institutions, the government did not come out straight the CBN did not, Central Bank of Nigeria did not come out straight to tell financial institutions that they should be a little bit in support of their creditors. But rather, I will see many banks taking their creditors to court. We see banks hammering on their creditors and all that. No reduction of interest, no consideration for what we call the global pandemic, a thing that you cannot control. So in all this, I think 2001 is supposed to present a new era, a new dawn. But unfortunately, Lagos is witnessing another wave of the pandemic, and government is considering, already we are on curfew, 12 o'clock to 5 a.m., and the government is considering another lockdowns. Hotels have been warned. I can't make use of my hall now. Many weddings that have been booked had to be cancelled. We had to refund to celebrants. Many events, New Year parties, end of the year parties of companies that were scheduled to be held here had to be cancelled. We had to refund again. And you know what it means when money is paid into your account and you have to refund. So it's not an easy thing at all. I'm already looking out of the box. I'm already thinking out of the box. I think there's the need now to start looking elsewhere, because if this pandemic is going to be with us for some time, one may not survive it, particularly in the hospitality industry. I'm already becoming a farmer. I already have about 1,000 fingerlings in the pool there, in the pond there. So I'm already thinking out of the box of how to make money from other sources. Because right now, I'm a writer, so I've gone back to my laptops. I'm putting up, I'm also writing. The pandemic is also an opportunity to think deeply, because after the pandemic, there's going to be a shake-up in so many businesses. So I'm looking at a new dawn in the hospitality industry. So I'm looking at a book after the COVID-19, Practical Management of Hotel in Nigeria. I'm already on my 182 pages, and I'm writing fastly so that I can launch that book after the pandemic.
Thank you so very much. I know what you're capable of doing. Well, we're still going to talk about this.
That's why you married to him.
Of course, I mean, I'm not saying that's one of the things I saw in him. When I saw him, asking what I said when I met him.
That's my queen. That's my queen here. Yeah, okay.
Well, we're still talking about Nigeria. A whole lot of people in Nigeria, especially, I don't know, maybe other states, but talking about Lagos especially, people kept saying there's nothing like COVID-19. That the sickness is for the rich. And come to look at it, the way people enter buses in Lagos, the way people go to Lagos Island to shop, and in all various markets in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Asaba, and everywhere, we're not recording any incident about all those people. Could it be that maybe because they are not well accounted for, or it's just affecting some sets of people in the country, you know, the people at the top, because they're saying, okay, if he's killing people. I saw a video that was trending on the social media where people were dancing in Lagos, you know, very beautiful thing. But you see people go to Lagos Island every day. They go for shopping every day and they're not sick. What is going on?
Well, you can't say people are not sick. You see, we don't have proper records in Nigeria. Those who died and they announced are the popular ones, the prominent, the celebrities. There are a lot of people dying daily. They think it was malaria, typhoid fever, but people are affected here and there by COVID-19. I tell you for free, Nigerians are also making jest of our government policies. On the 31st of December, normally worshippers will go to church and celebrate the crossover. Government banned the crossover and said it should end by 11 o'clock. Nigerians now ask questions. Does it mean that COVID-19 was on recess and will come back by 12 midnight? That's why people will be asked, okay, you can mingle in the church, you can mingle anywhere. So by 12 o'clock, go to your houses. So it means COVID-19 was on break. Now by 12 o'clock, COVID-19 is gone. So those policies are what makes people think what is happening. The Kogi State governor came out bluntly. I watched that video and I was like, heck, I was going to cry for my country. A young man like that said there's nothing like COVID-19 in Kogi State. I can never enter a state that its people are immune to COVID-19. So when people like the state governor come out to say things like that, it's a terrible thing. Governor of River State, that governor that we know to be very critical of so many things, he was crying, he was shouting that COVID-19 is killing his people in River State and he was going to do total lockdown. So COVID-19 is actually with us. But you see, Bill Gates came out to ask questions. He said, why is COVID-19 not as disastrous in Africa as it is in other parts of the world? That's another big question that Nigerians are asking. That Oyinbo man want to sell his vaccine. That's why they brought COVID-19 to Nigeria. It's not here, it's not there. And people will tell you, if I take hot drink, if I take this, if I take that, I am not going to be infected. But I tell you, people like us don't play with COVID-19. I don't mingle anymore. I stay away. I maintain social distance. I wash my hands. But we know this. Let us pray that God will protect us, because we can do all this and still don't know how COVID-19 can fly into your life. I lost a dear mentor, a business mentor last year, and he's a senator. I met him 14 days before his death. I was right in his office, and he died. A lot of prominent politicians died. I live close to the general hospital here in Lagos, and I see ambulances come in and go out. But people will tell you that they are dying of typhoid fever, they are dying of this, they are dying of that. And of course, if people do have fever today, they don't know if they have COVID-19 or they have malaria fever. So people will also tell you, I was listening to a medical doctor who said that malaria kill faster than COVID-19. And in Nigeria, we have shifted from underlying ailment of diabetics and hypertension. Everybody is focused. That's why Nigerians are saying government is making money from COVID-19. The vaccine is another racketing now. Governments are scampering for the vaccine to be brought to Nigeria. Israel recorded over 1 million vaccinated people. Israel, the highest in the world. Nigeria is yet to start, and we have 200 and something million Nigerians who are waiting for the vaccine.
We're still going to go back to the issue of the vaccine. But before we go there, Mr. Charles,
yes, let's
not talk about this this issue of Africans are not really being infected when it comes to COVID-19.
Right. The thing is this, I mean, we've all had Chief, but one thing, first of all, there's no doubt, and I can tell you that for a fact. I mean, for people that are listening now, people are listening from there is COVID in Nigeria. There's no doubt about it. We all know that. Even I know as we speak today, let's say top 50 company in Nigeria. These companies are among top 50 company in Nigeria, and their branch in Lagos. I'm not going to mention that on their branch in Lagos. In the last 2 days, Chief, in the last 2 weeks, 2 prominent people passed away from there, and they have some other employees that have been battling some kind of, they keep blaming some kind of flu. They keep blaming typhoid. They keep blaming malaria, and guess what? In the last 2 weeks, and that's what I was telling some of them that I had conversation with, there is something, in that office needs to be shut down and then sterilized, because right now it's been taken over by COVID. Everybody there is sneezing, doing one thing or the other, and two top officials just passed away. And the story they're saying is, he started having a breathing problem. That's the only 2 stories. This is exactly in Lagos. This is a top 50 company. I'm not going to mention that in the air. So is there any COVID in Nigeria? Yes. The only thing is that people do not have trust. People do not have trust in their government. And that's why, they're behaving like this. And that's why they're saying there's no COVID or whatever. It's not really, I mean, I'm quite sure in their own heart of heart, they believe that because it's killing people in a different way that, on an unusual way. And that's why you know that it's COVID. These guys will go out there 7 days, start treating typhoid, malaria. The next thing it will hit. By that time, it gets into the lungs. Like the protocol here, the protocol is quarantine yourself. And when you start having difficult breathing, right? That's when you call ambulance. So, and then the same story when they stay home, treating this for 7 days or whatever, malaria 8 days. And then when that breathing problem comes, mind you, they're not going to call ambulance. They just jump in Okada or whatever in their car and then go to the hospital. And some of these hospitals don't have, all they do is just they plug oxygen to them.
Well, from my own perspective, though, I know the way the COVID hit the advanced countries, they think it happened like that in Africa. Maybe, probably, we're always mentioning it on our program every time when this thing started, maybe because of our background or because of the kind of food we eat, or we have very high immune system, which might be true. Bill Gates came out to say, okay, this thing is, well, they might have taken the statistics to know that, okay, it's not really affecting African countries. Well, some people might believe that maybe he's trying to sell his vaccine, because if anything happens all over the world, Africa is at the receiving end where they use us as guinea pig. But at this time around, it did not happen. Yeah, it didn't happen. They're surprised at what is going on. These people are not really affected. During the time of Ebola, we knew what happened. We were really saved. It was God that saved us, and we have good medical experts in Nigeria that really battle that thing to bring it down. Well, it's possible. Maybe they believe that, okay, by the time this thing hit the whole world, Africa will be at the receiving end and the vaccine will sell better. My own take, it might not be true, actually. It might not be true.
Like we've always said, I mean, our doctor is not in the house, but I don't think even Bill Gates and other people that have said something, they are not saying, or I think from what they're saying, that the rate, that's what people have to, I don't think they say there is no COVID in Africa. I don't think
that the rate, yeah.
Yeah, all they're saying is that, in the scientific world, they don't really know why the rate is kind of the way it is in Africa compared to the other Western world. Okay, there could be so many reasons. People have given so many reasons, because all around this virus it hangs around immune system. Okay, and our own immune system, and each time you go through a virus, your immune system gets stronger after the mutation or whatever. Like I said, we are not doctors here, but if we listen to the doctors, every time you go through a flu or your body system gets to be stronger. And our own environment, how African environment is. Most of the time, people go through at least once every 3 months or 4 months by drinking bad water or something, go through that process. And it becomes a typhoid, it becomes a malaria, and they go through it. And each time you go through this system,
Next Insurance is changing business insurance forever. Okay, here's the deal. You're in a construction business.
Why the rate is lower in Africa than it is in other countries. But that does not mean that we could do better. You see, we could have used this to our advantage. But that's something they failed to do. We could have used this to our advantage. All we need to do is just to be very concerned, be very disciplined about this. If we are disciplined about this, like the governor of Kogi says, talking, I mean, what kind of statement is that? And then another group in Lagos has, throughout this holiday, was advocating that everybody stay home, don't travel. Don't travel, because this is how you spread it. You spread it from north to south, west to east, by traveling during the holidays. But guess what? They did travel anyway. The road was so busy. So we're not disciplined. We could have used this to our advantage, that by now you might be talking, oh, maybe only 100 people was infected, because the rate was in our own side. rate of infection.
All right, thank you, Mr. Charles. So we're going on a break now. We'll come back to talk about 2021. We'll leave COVID for now. Let's talk about 2021, the new year. What are the things that we have in stock, and what are the plans, and what are the aspirations? We're going on a break. We'll be back soon.
Hopefully by then,
my
Tunde
baby
will join us.
One time, Diddy goes over the 2 person we on you. Another one to try lose you, try him no bundy. I know if you tire for you, but I like say I know do. Suddenly man, I calm down, man down for only you, yeah. Many man, they try to whine you. I don't really mind, they just they whiny. Many girls, they try to whine me. Baby, no go mind them, just they whiny. Many man, they try to whine you. But I don't really mind, they just they whiny. Many girls, they try to whine me. Baby, no go mind them, just they whiny. So me say, ciao, Jawa. Look into my eyes, oh baby, Jawa. Will you be my wife, oh baby, Jawa, baby. Oh yeah, raga, for me, Jawa, Jawa. Look into my eyes, oh baby, Jawa. Will you be my wife, oh baby, Jawa, baby. Jawa, my baby, Jawa, my baby, Jawa. Amina, Zomana, answer me, chasing me now. It be like you be my destiny now. This kind of love, you know, they're similar. Amina, Mutinia, Mola Ekon, Botemina. No, me Orika Kirima. Suma me get baby, speak to me now. Many man, they try to whine you. I don't really mind, they just they whine. Oh, many girls, you try to whine me. Baby, no go mind them, just be whiny. Many man, they try to whine you. But I don't really mind, they just they whine. Oh, many girls, you try to whine me. Baby, no go mind them, just they whiny. So me say, ciao, Jawa. Look into my eyes, oh baby, Jawa. Will you be my wife, oh baby, Jawa, baby. Oh yeah, raga, for me, Jawa. Look into my eyes, oh baby, Jawa. Will you be my wife, oh baby, Jawa, baby. Oh yeah, raga, for me, Jawa. My baby, Jawa. My baby, Jawa. Jawa, my baby Jawa, my baby Jawa.
Boy, take it easy on the beat.
But Nigeria as a case study, I don't know how we got to this level in our lifetime. The former president of Nigeria, General Olusegun Obasanjo. Yes, we can hear you, Mr. G. We've been talking, I don't know.
Bring it up.
Welcome back. It's still David Adodo Show, and we're back on from our break. Today, you're welcome back. I know the Wi-Fi was acting off. Oh well, it's okay. It happens once in a while. That's why you have to switch back to your data. That's why you're paying for it. It's not be paying every time together. You pay once. Yes. Talking about palliative, because we're going to talk about if you get some money, if you don't send something to your sister, we're going to find. Now, I'm talking about this is America, an advanced country where government takes care of their citizens. They have the interests of their citizens at heart. And that I can categorically say that's why God is blessing this country, because they take care of the old and they take care of the children. They don't joke with them. They don't joke. Even we as adults, they do their own little. They do their own little to take care of us, despite the fact that we're still working, and which is missing in Africa. Like I said, I can only use Nigeria as a case study because that's where I come from, and that's what I know. There are issues in other, parts of African countries, but I know about Nigeria. The former president of Nigeria came out to say that the citizens are the problem, that they cause this problem for themselves. Well, I don't know, maybe it's true because I saw this on BBC Yoruba or BBC, it's a live thing. Maybe they interviewed it because I didn't listen. I was pissed when I saw that headline. It might be just a caption, but if it says that, if the former president come out to say that, this is a man that was a president of state when he was about 30-something years. This was the former president that country took care of you, sent you abroad for courses to enhance you. This is a country, because it's still in existence. This is a country that you came back after so many years to govern, and you governed that country for 8 years, and you are now saying the citizens are the cause of the problem we have in Nigeria. How is that possible?
Well, you see, it's a very relative statement, and can be taken from different angles. You see, as much as we have bad leaders, we also have bad followers. And I want to tell you, I think from our educational policies, the government has been able to give our youths directionless educational policy. The effect of the economy on our youths, the effect of bad leadership is affecting the youth. I tell you, I don't see any future in Nigeria because our youths are supposed to be the future of this nation, but there are no youths in this country. The youths that we have, the youths that we parade in this country are not visionary youths. The days when you are talking, in the olden days, when you are getting out of the university, if you are a first-class student, you're already getting a job before you finish your service. If you are a second-class student, you get a job. Third class, they got a job. But today, there are no jobs. You could be a failed person and still get a job higher than a first-class student. And that is because there is corruption. So what he was saying, or what he said rather, it may be right, it may not be. It's his own personal opinion. As a leader, he is one of those who failed us. For 60 years, Nigeria could not get electricity. For 60 years, we could not get good rail. For 60 years, we could not get good educational policy that drives technological development. What we have is political scientists, lawyers. We don't have core scientists who come out to invent Nigeria. Aba is one place in the country where I think there should be an entrepreneurship incubator. It should be a place where Nigeria should be proud of. Inewi is one of the fastest growing cities in the world today because Inewi is revolving around industry. But because of our sectionalism, because of our tribalism, nobody is pumping money to that side of the country. Because we all have behind us that one day this country may not be together. So the North don't want money to go to Aba. They don't want money to go to Inewi. Everybody wants to develop their environment, develop their place, develop this and that. So we are not actually looking at the future because we are sentimental, we are sectional. Nobody, a northern president does not want to invest too much in the south. A southern president will not want to invest too much in the north. What stops the Kano Granite Pyramid to return? What stops Lagos from having metro line? The metro line that we have in Lagos is not functional. The rail that we have in Lagos is not functional because federal government did not come to the aid of the state government and they cannot complete those things on their own. But nobody is doing the right thing. So the president or the former president, from what he has said, it may be right, it may be wrong, but actually, you see, I have seen that in this country, we are sectional, we are not confident of the future of this nation. So we are not investing properly. If money is pumped into Aba, Nigeria should be exporting shoes, should be exporting suit, should be exporting so many things to other countries of Africa and the world. But nobody is doing what we should do. Aba people can produce drones. Drones can be the ingenuity of the people of Aba is so much that if we have a president that is visionary, he will go to that place and talk that place to industrial level of Nigeria. And that will settle it. You turn another place to agricultural haven of Nigeria, that will settle it. You turn another one to another thing of Nigeria, and that will settle it. But we are not doing anything because we are not confident of the future of this country.
Well, for real, Mr. Charles, I will go to you before Mr. Tunde will take over. And I have a question for him as well. Talking about this, you took me back to the question that a whole lot of people are asking. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine last week. He was saying, is there a country called Nigeria at a particular time? The amalgamation brought us together, bringing us together, meaning that we don't believe in it. And up till now, it's still the same thing from what you just said. If we don't believe in one Nigeria, Mr. Charles, are you convinced that there is a Nigeria, or we are just trying to patch it together until we find our ways?
That's
the same people that are ruling now are the ones that are going to rule us individually.
So that goes back that nothing is happening. Yes.
Exactly, and things will not get any better. So
because they are not willing, they are not going to do it.
All this amalgamation issue, it is rested. It's a dead story. Okay, we are together whether we like it or not. We fought for independence. The place is called Nigeria. We are living there. Let's fix the problem. You start fixing the problem when you start taking up issues like poverty, because that is an instrument that the politicians use. Let's keep them hungry. So when it's time for politics, we give them small things, they vote for us. We get there. Poverty, education has no value. I keep saying it on this program, without education, you don't know your rights.
Politics of hunger.
Politics of hunger, politics of education. If you don't know your rights, you cannot stand up. So the person who is hungry would rather feed his stomach than challenge anybody, than say you are right or you are wrong. This and that. You give you small money, you're happy. You feed your stomach, you move on. That's what is good, and that is what the politicians are using. And so when you see any there's no infrastructure. There's no job. All the infrastructures we have, they're all bad. Mr. Charles, you asked a question the other day. You mentioned 6 things on this program. I said, which one is working in Nigeria? You said security, 0. Good roads, 0. Hunger, 0. Housing, 0. Good water, 0. Hospital, 0. Hospital, 0. Healthcare. So if any of these issues that we have outlined is not working, that is why they are challenging that amalgamation. Why then do we have a country called Nigeria? Why then do we have a government? If all of these things are not working, nothing is working. Nothing. And they're not doing any, instead of them to make things work, they're amassing wealth for themselves. They amass wealth for themselves and for their family. And if you're not a politician and you don't belong to any of these high classes, I feel sorry for you on your own. You're on your own, but it cannot continue like that. It cannot. The government is insensitive to the cries of the people. It cannot continue like that. You cannot be insensitive to their cries. The Senate is insensitive. The House of Representatives is saying, what are they doing? We had this NSAS panel all this while. Has anything come out of it? It's going on what? 3-4 months now. Nothing. And they keep interviewing people and talking to people and doing all this things. Nothing is going to come out of it. And then we'll complain Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is not an entity. It is people in Nigeria that will make Nigeria work. It is people. We're talking about the United States giving out palliatives and stuff like that. Nigeria got palliatives. They went to lock it up. Rice to give to people. They locked it up. And then they go and give them one loaf of bread and tell them to stay in their house for 3 weeks. Come on now. Come on. Can one senator live on bread for 3 weeks? One senator, can he live on bread for 3 weeks? They cannot. But you want the masses to live on bread for 3 weeks. Now, when NSAS happened, we saw all the palliatives when they were and everything. You know, so all of those things are the things that are not making Nigeria function well. Nigeria is a country ruled by people. It is not an issue. It is the people who are ruling Nigeria that are messing it up. Nigeria is a great place to live. Nigeria is a great place to live. There are so many opportunities, but the people, the rulers that are ruling Nigeria, have to understand that when you're elected into an office, do what you're elected to do. Do the right thing. When the government ties the road, people are happy. The government is tying the road. That is the work of the damn government. That's what they're supposed to do, turn the damn road. We should be questioning them, why is the road not done? Why is this not done? Right? But the little that they do, people rejoice. No, that's what they should be doing. We should be demanding from them what they got to do. There's a reason why you are a commissioner, there's a reason why you're a minister, there's a reason why you are this or you're that. But people have lost the sense because when you're not educated, when you don't know these things, when you don't know what to find and what to do and where to go, you're just lost. And so they do what they want to do. But I hear a lot of cries about this thing on the social media. I hear a lot of people talking and complaining about all these things on social media. So it's there. It's a reckoning time is coming. It's coming to that point. Election is coming very soon.
We shall see.
Things need to change. We have things have to change, and it starts from here on up. This is another year.
I know.
They pay light bills in Nigeria without no lights. Can that happen in the US? Let them take my light now and give me a bill. It not happen.
Like we can't compare America to Nigeria.
We have to start from somewhere.
It's true.
If I'm paying for lights, there should be lights.
Of course.
Exactly. So how do they calculate my bill every month if there's no lights?
It's true. See, I think that the problem of this country started from somewhere. Nigeria was not like this before when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we have tap water running.
Yes.
There was electricity.
Oh, yes.
Before they take light, they always announce on the radio.
On the radio.
Correct.
Yes.
I still remember.
Yes.
They always announce. We were well taken care of. Students, college students, university students, that's what we call them in Nigeria. They were being given bursary.
Yes.
So along the line, we miss it.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never entered train before. But Desola is a Kaduna boy, Lagos and Kaduna boy. He's always telling you, he told me, he said, if he's going to school, if he's going back to school back then in Kaduna, it takes train. And they all sit together, irrespective of where you come from.
Exactly.
That all those old women, the Hausas, they will open their bag and give them food. They don't care what language you speak. When I was in primary school, where they call elementary school here, we have Muslims in my class. We never see anybody cover their hair.
Yes.
We all play together. We do it together.
Yes.
I think we missed it somewhere. I realized where do
in Niger State. I went to Ekiti State. I wanted to ask a bike man. I tell you for free. These are not even Fulanis of Nigeria. They are Malians, Gambians, Senegalese, Niger, Chad, Cameroonian Fulanis who had invaded this country. And you are saying that Nigeria may not divide. I tell you, I am not praying for a divided Nigeria. I grew up in Kaduna. I love this country so dearly. But the situation on ground, and I listened to Nnamdi Kanu, and I started to believe that young man. I started to see vision along his line. I started to see reading. I was thinking he was a clown. But deep in me now, I see that Kanu is not a clown. Kanu is deeply rooted in what he believed in. And I queue behind him. I queue behind that man because he actually, go and watch his video recording. I can send it to you after this program with Dele Momodu. By the time you finish listening to that young man, you will see that there may not be in Nigeria. You see, this country has been hijacked by a set of people. And that set of people are outside Nigeria. They are not in tandem with the youth. They are disconnected from the youth. And the youth are saying, at 32, you were president of this country. At 28, 27, Bola Ige was a commissioner in Oyo State at the age of 27. Muritala Muhammad was president of Nigeria at the age of 38. Olusegun Obasanjo, General Gowon was president of Nigeria at the age of 29. He got married to Victoria. He got married to Victoria.
Freezing.
We are the one on throne. He was a bachelor when he. What are we talking about? The youths are disconnected from the leaders, and the youth will save this country. I can assure you that the youth of this country will save this nation. The youths have shown they flashed with enters. They flashed what they could do, and that is a signal that if care is not taken, Nigeria has no future.
I believe that people they've overstretched people. They overstretched people by putting poverty on the table for each and everybody. There was nothing like middle class in Nigeria anymore. No. It's either you're rich or you're poor.
Yes, yes.
In those days, when you say, oh, they belong to the middle class people. Yeah, a whole lot of them. People like us belong to the middle class. We were comfortable. My mother has her own car. My father has his own car. You know, we enjoyed ourselves when we were young. We were comfortable. But right now, people cannot. Where do you belong? It's either you're rich, and the rich are oppressing people that are low there.
But the thing is this, Chief, one question. I mean, hopefully everybody can help me look at this. One of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria today, I mean, we know our electricity is there, but this topic of insecurity, okay? But the 95% or 96% of people that are in charge of this security department are the Northerners. And where do we have the worst insecurity in Nigeria? What's going on? I mean, if you look at the East and West, South, we have our insecurity, but it's not as so bad like it is in the North. And again, they are in charge of the security. What is really going on?
So simple. When the South and the South were educating their young ones, the North was neglecting them. They turned them to almajiris. They turned them to nobody. The elites were actually up there. And the sage, Obafemi Awolowo said, the children of the poor you
refuse to educate.
They will not allow your own children to live. Whether they like, I saw a member of some House of Rep crying on the floor of the Green Chamber.
Right.
That he could not go home. And Mr. Speaker, I cannot go home for 1 year. He will not go home for 10 years. Because when they were running the children of the almajiris, the market men, the market women in the North, they were running them down. They have turned against them now. They are the kidnappers. They are the rustlers, they are the bandits, because an idle hand is a devil's workshop. They are easy to be grabbed for these criminalities, and it's as simple as that. It's not that we don't have our own share of criminalities in the Southwest.
Yeah,
it's worse. This is as a result of cultism. We allow cultism to fester. We allow, you see, when youth wake up in the morning, and they are idle. In those days, there are recreation centers that were
are you going to school?
People could go to school, but young men bubbling with energy don't have factories to go and work with. They don't have anywhere to go. They cluster around Baraga. That's the concussion. They all drink concussion every morning. You see them cluster here and there. Idle youths everywhere. So when you have idle youths, they are not, they have physical, they have energy, they are bubbling with energy. So they will divert their energy. They will divert it. And that's why we have so much insecurity. Government cannot address security. Let there be reformation of police times one. As long as you neglect the youth of this country, as long as you can provide employment, as long as you can provide recreation. You see, those of us who run hospitality business like hotels, when we see youths come into the hotel in bundles, you fear, and you ask questions. What are they coming here to do? They will come to do all sorts of, they smoke different things. They come with their concussion. They have mixed their concussion. They just come in handbags with them. The boys few cokes here and there, but they have their concussion prepared. They have their smoke. They have all sorts of names for it. They call some skunk. They call this, that, they call that. So government need. You see, the National Orientation Agency has a lot of job to do. But the people we put in the helm of affairs in this country, particularly in an agency like National Orientation Agency, is they don't know, they don't have what it takes to talk to Nigeria. National Orientation Agency that does not dish out social media information every day. Our social media in Nigeria is clustered with criminality, sexual matters. When Nigerians gossip, immediately there's a topic, that's the topic we gossip all about. Now everybody's talking DNA because of the FCMB scandal and all that and all that. That's the direction we go. But the National Orientation Agency can use the musicians, can use the Nollywood actors and actresses to redirect our thinking. Let me tell you why America is great. When we were young, we had a film called Bonanza. Damn lock up and Robert Michael on the long green. Western movie. Yes, those days, they portend America as the superpower from that film. When 1,000 people come, the Michael London family will finish them. We have a film called Combat, the Dick Moro of this world. The Americans, they will kill all the soldiers of other countries. The Indians will come, America will finish them. We started believing that America is the power because that is the film we are watching. So the National Orientation Agency can use film, can use music. You see, when MAMSA came through Babangida, they used musicians, they paid musicians. In Nigeria, there are women of knowledge. North and South, there are women of substance. East to West to give them chance to deliver the goods. Now, wow, somebody sang that song, but it was paid by the MAMSA to talk about women in Nigeria. That was when Miriam Babangida was coming with his women program. So this is what we need now. National orientation for Nigerians, family value. We should have family values. Family has no value anymore. Nigerians' children don't wake up and greet, except in my homes, in my own house, where my children must greet me in Yoruba, even they live in America. I don't encourage, we must not lose our values, we must not lose our culture. But right now, unless the National Orientation Agency is taken so seriously, Nigeria will definitely divide. Nigeria will definitely divide. Unless there is a reorientation, because as we go, Nigeria is losing it.
Yes, but Chief, let me ask you a question. I agree with everything that you have said, but who is the leader of the National Orientation Agency?
Well, like you know, one northerner must be a good educated man, nice man. But you see, education, niceness does not come together with vision.
Exactly.
You must, behind every education and whatever you have, there must be a concrete vision, a visionary person who could look beyond the norms, who could look beyond convention, the way things are done. No, you must do things differently. Dynamism comes into play. There must be dynamism in what we are doing. We are not educating Nigerians. We are not orientating Nigerians. The social media is agog with what Nigerians want to hear. But the social media can be, instead of saying hate speech, instead of taking people to court, instead of the national orientation can come with, I can create candor. National orientation can can divert the thinking of Nigeria. If you go to the Facebook, Instagram today, everybody's talking about DNA. Why must that be our problem? We have a national issue that we can come up with. We have national matters that national orientation can generate and use our Nollywood actors to even scandalize, to do some things and divert our attention and create solutions. We don't have, instead of Big Brother Niger, we have a leadership home where Nigerians can send people to, and we depict leadership. We depict leadership in a house like Big Brother Nigeria. We assemble Nigerians and talk Niger and say, okay, you are representing South, you are representing South, put all of them in the house and say, these are Nigerian youth. Let's depict Nigeria. Let's look at leadership from Nigerian youth perspective. And people, we look at it. But rather, what we do is go to the Big Brother house, mess up, and come out and reward non-entity and sexuality.
The reason behind my questioning is because oftentimes people that see that's a Nigeria Orientation Agency, brilliant idea, brilliant agency, but the people that we put to hold these offices are people who don't know ABC. I'm sorry to say. Take Lai Mohammed, for instance, Minister of Information and Culture, or whatever, Minister of Information, whatever he is. I looked at the guy and I said, this man has no print media experience, has no electronic media experience. But he's the Minister of Information. So he will come out into the media and say trash, things that would not make sense.
You see, you know what you guys in diaspora can do, and it has been done in many countries of the world. You can form a shadow government. Nigerians in diaspora can form a shadow government, elect a president of Nigeria, elect members of the National Assembly in diaspora, and start to provide solutions to our problems. Yes, start thinking. Yes.
From here, we are trying our best in diaspora. We have
form a shadow government. You see, for you, it is safe to form a shadow government there. If I form a shadow government here, I will be arrested. But you can form a shadow government and provide solution. Run a parallel House of Assembly. Run a parallel presidency in abroad and provide solution. You don't have authority, but you have solution. You have ideas to provide to us. Then we start grabbing them. Because you live in a same nation, look, as you were speaking to me, 3 times they've taken light. We have had to change from public light to private generator and all that. So if I live here now, we stop, go and pump water. I'm the water corporation of myself. I'm the powerhouse of myself. I'm the security. You understand?
You're the security agency for yourself too. Everything.
I have 3 OPC man have just resumed. I have 3 guards at the gate and all that. You see,
we have to hold people accountable. We have to hold people accountable. I know that it's very hard of Nigerians in Nigeria to hold them accountable. We have to hold people accountable.
It's true.
And we have to. We cannot keep saying Nigeria is not good. We have to hold people accountable for offices and things that they are paid for. They get salaries, they get paid. Pensioners have not been paid for so many years. All these idiots are holding offices, not doing nothing. We have to hold them accountable.
And form a shadow government and start to provide solutions to all.
We cannot form a shadow government outside of Nigeria. That is against the law. You know what we can do is to keep advocating for good things, to keep saying these things that we're doing, to have this kind of discussions. Because once we start, if you want to. They say this who wears a shoe that knows where the shoe hurts. We are outside here. We are only talking from Nigeria that we knew a long time ago. So that becomes, it's something that we cannot participate in. Just like that. So, but we can always suggest. We can always be part of the discussion. We can always be part of the solution. And for those, a lot of people in the diaspora want to go home. A lot of people want to go home, but there are certain things that you want to make sure are in place before you go home. You know? These are all the things that we're all talking about here. Even traveling home now is becoming an issue. For Nigerians to travel from diaspora to spend 2-3 weeks back home and come back, it's becoming an issue because of the insecurity. But there are people in these positions. There are people in these offices. There are people in these ministries and all this that we have to hold accountable. They are supposed to be doing the job. It's not the country Nigeria. Like we all rightly agree. I can live with a Muslim for 10 years. I don't even know he's a Muslim or Christian. Anybody, an Hausa, an Igbo man, and all that. I don't even know where they're from. But the minute the politicians come and say, oh, he's from the east, he's from the north, then we have a problem. I cannot borrow salt from him. I cannot borrow matches from me because it's from the north, it's from the east.
Yeah. Okay, Tunde,
should be like that.
That's something that I think that takes us to another topic. First of all, Tunde, I think when you have to talk, you probably got to come closer to your phone so that it doesn't go in and out. But when this takes us to with what Chief said, what is it that people outside can do? People in diaspora, people anywhere outside, at least outside Nigeria, because people also in Europe are still people outside Nigeria. So that takes us to the next level. For this is 2021. I personally believe that getting people involved. For the world, there has been, like you said, the answer. It's when people start talking, about these issues, bringing it to the front of every government in every country, And that's how this problem can be solved, at least looked into and be solved. So now this is 2021, the first show of our David Adodo Show. What do you think we can do? Tunde, what plans are we having to get people involved in this part of program so that people will have to have the say, they have to be part of this conversation, give up a lot of suggestions and then, so what do you think we can do in this 2021 to reach out to people in Nigeria and then at the same time have them be part of this program? Maybe that will help in changing things.
Well, like I said at the last program, we have a couple of things that will be happening this year in this program. We're going to be having some giveaways that's going to be done. Where everything is still in the works. As soon as we have a solid thing on the ground, I will hopefully by the next episode, which is next week Saturday, I'll have more information. But a few things are in the works that we can do to alleviate some of the problems. Or please do something for the ordinary Nigerian on the street, because I as much as I want international aids and stuff to come into Nigeria, at the same time I want to see accountability. There are too many, in fact, so many international aids coming to Nigeria. Nobody can account for anything. We don't know where the money went to. The people are suffering. People did not get the aids. You understand what I'm saying? So we are going to structure this in such a way that it goes directly to the individuals, to the people, not going through one government or from one state or from one thing. No, it's going to go directly to the people. So everything is still in the works. We're still working. Hopefully by next week, Saturday, we'll have everything all structured and then we'll put it out there. And then people can participate. And then we'll do the best that we can on this end to help to alleviate the suffering of a few things. So that's, I don't want to say anything now that is not going to be, that is not ready, because we're still discussing, we're still talking, we're still working things out. So once we are concluded, hopefully by Friday we should be done. And then by Saturday, then I'll put it out there and everybody will know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. So that's where we are with that.
Thank you, Tunde. We have so many things coming up this year, a whole beautiful lot of programs we are lined up. And we want people from Africa to really participate in this program, because we'll be talking more about Africa. Of course, we're going to talk about other the advanced country where we belong, but we want to really focus more on Africa. How do we move it forward? The youth of different parts of the country in Africa, they need to be involved. Anything you guys want us to discuss, please feel free to give us a call or send a text message or WhatsApp us on our line so that we can put it up and you guys have to continue with us. From next week, like what today has really said, that we're going to have a program. We're going to put everything out there for you. The time might change because it's quite late in Nigeria and we want people to be part of this program. So we might move it down so that a whole lot of people can, participate due to what we have, lined up. The time is really, it's going to be shared next week. Okay. I will encourage everybody, if you're watching, please share with your friend. Let them be part of this and let them join us by, calling in. And we want to hear, people's comments. We want to hear the way people's mind works. We want one Nigeria. I don't want Nigeria to break, but if that is what they're going to save us, I'm ready. I'm okay with it. Life goes on. We can't force ourselves to be together. If we don't have the same ideology, we can't hold together. Time is gone. It's almost 6:30. We need to round up. It's David Adodo's show. I thank you all for coming in. Egbeyemi, your last one for today. It's not going to be forever for today.
Yeah, well, Lord, we have come to the end of David Adodo show, and I'm glad I'm part of it today. First of its kind in this year, 2021. The show promises to bring a lot of goodies, particularly to Africans and Nigerians, both in diaspora and at home. Thank you.
Please stay safe. Mr. Charles.
Yes, like every other thing, every good thing that started well will end well. Thanks for joining us today. And please watch out. I know that Chief is working on that issues of 221, and then also Tunde is also working on that. And then by next Saturday, we will be believe me, you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss next Saturday show. Okay? If not for anything, you'll be part of the program. At least that's one of the new things that is coming. Everybody will be part of this show, just like the Chief said. We over here, we have to come up with something, and then people over there also will come up with something, because we can't stop. We can't stop this. You know, if we stop now, all the journey that we started will all be a waste. So we're definitely going to end this journey someday. And everybody stay safe. Happy New Year.
Mr. Tunde, my brother.
My sis.
I saw the battle from you today.
Yes, it's been a very interesting show. As you know, when we get talking about Africa, especially Nigeria, we all get emotionally carried away. We do this because we love the country. We do this because we want things to change, because we want, we want to be able to say, yes, that is Nigeria, that is back home. That's why we do this. And so we're not doing this because we want to hit on anybody or want to remind somebody or no. We do this because we want things to change. And we will continue to advocate for change, for things to get better. And so that's not going to stop. So if you know that you are elected, if you know you are holding public position, if you know you are one of the people that can make change or do change, it starts from the individual. It starts from me. It starts from the person on the streets to understand that I don't have to run, I don't have to rush, I have to queue, I don't have to put a piece of paper on the floor, I have to put it in the trash can. It starts from every single one of us. We all have to do something to move Nigeria forward and start complaining that Nigeria is not good. We have to move. Nobody's going to fix Nigeria. We are the ones going to fix Nigeria. Nobody's going to come from abroad and say, no. We are the ones going to fix Nigeria, because everybody's fixing their own country. We have to fix our own country too. So on that note, my name is Tunde Phillips. We're rounding up for this week. Thank you so much, Queen. You'll be most wonderful, gracious. Thank you so much. I was having Wi-Fi issues at the beginning, but the Queen stepped in. The Queen took over.
Solution yeah.
So Nigeria. We'll see you again next weekend.
I love my country and I love Nigeria. I want Nigeria to remain. We'll see you next week. My name is Desola Komolafe-Egbeyemi. We'll come back again next week. Thank you.
Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Good morning, my neighbor. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? My neighbor.